heartbeat? In this room, it's a resource being mined. You've spent 30 hours researching, 20 hours editing. You've poured your health, your sleep, and your mental sovereignty into a single file, just to capture a few seconds of someone's attention. To you, it's your life's work. To the machine, it's just high-grade fuel. A century ago, the Russian Empire was built on the broken backs of the old proletariat. Men and women forged in coal and iron, serving a czar they never saw, fueling an imperial machine that viewed them as replaceable parts. Today, we live under a new czar, the Techno-Capitalist Empire. The iron factories have been replaced by platforms. The secret police have been replaced by algorithms and shadow bans. The physical whip has been replaced by the engagement metric. But the logic remains identical. The empire doesn't exist without the worker. The platforms are empty graveyards without your obsession, your research, and your exhaustion. You are the cyberproletariat, the essential, invisible engine of the digital age. You provide the value, you take the risk, and you burn your biological time, while the new czars in Silicon Valley collect the dividends of your burnout. It's time to stop calling yourself a user. It's time to realize you are the fuel for an empire that is consuming you in real time. Anatomy of a new class. The archetypes. To understand the collapse, we must first name the survivor. Sociologists define the cyberproletariat not just as people on computers, but as a global class inhabiting the digital vortex. They are the invisible labor force keeping the servers warm and the feeds saturated, while wealth flows upward into the silicon clouds. Beneath the neon aesthetic, the structure is archaic. Notice the trap? In the last century, the worker didn't own the hammer. Today, the worker buys the $5,000 camera and the high-end PC. They own the forces of production, but they do not own the means of distribution. The cyberproletarian owns the brush, but big tech owns every wall in the world. They are factory owners who still need a ghost's permission to open the gates. The kinetic fleet, the drivers and couriers, bridging the gap between code and reality, moving through the city like variables in an equation. The creative alchemists, the architects of engagement, turning mental sovereignty into retention. They are the platform's true currency. The global mercenaries, freelancers, developers, designers, competing in a brutal global bazaar where time zones don't exist and the race to the bottom is constant. The digital shopkeepers, owning everything and nothing. Merchants of virtual storefronts, surviving on the scraps of platform fees. And the cognitive cells, the hidden brain, labeling data, solving CAPTCHAs, training the very AI that aims to replace them. The essential synapses of a global intelligence that doesn't even know they exist. A century ago, the Tsars ruled through fear. Today, the empire is more precise. It doesn't want to break the worker. It wants to optimize them. The algorithm is not a villain. It is terrain. Terrain has rules. Terrain has gravity. Terrain has blind spots. And anything with rules can be learned. We call it algorithmic czarism because power is concentrated. But a czar is only powerful while the empire remains stable. And stability is built by workers. The cyberproletariat are not lost in the machine. They are learning it. They don't fight the system. They use it. They play the game to fund their own exit. In this empire, they don't just work. They endure, they adapt, and they stay alive. The Gourmet Slavery, deconstructing the gig. Be your own boss. It's the most successful marketing lie of the century. They sold us freedom, but they delivered a 24-hour shift. In the traditional world, the company provided the office, the insurance, and the equipment. In the gourmet slavery of the gig economy, the empire has successfully transferred 100% of the risk to the worker. You provide the car, you buy the PC, you pay for your own health insurance and your own mistakes. If the market crashes, you starve. If the platform changes its fee, you bleed. The big tech giants? They just collect the tax on your survival. Over the last few years, we've witnessed a race to the bottom. Freelancers on Upwork and Fiverr are now doing twice the work for half the pay, competing against a global pool of desperate talent and the rising shadow of AI. The quality demands have skyrocketed, but the rewards have withered. It's infinite scale for the platform, but a zero-sum game for you. The Algorithmic Panopticon, factory of the soul. Remember when a great video could sustain a career for months? Those days are a memory. We have entered the era of the content factory, where creativity isn't an art, it's a commodity with an instant expiration date. This is the format dictatorship. 15-second hooks, high-saturation thumbnails, trending audio. You aren't creating what you want to say. You are producing what the machine is willing to distribute. If you don't follow the blueprint, you simply cease to exist. But the most brilliant part of this empire isn't the code. It's how they got the whip inside your head. In the old world, the worker hated the boss. In this one, the boss dissolved. Now, when the views drop, when the contract disappears, when the metrics turn red, you don't curse the system, you question yourself. This is metric anxiety. Your value is no longer negotiated, it is displayed. Burnout isn't a glitch, it's a requirement. A stable worker asks questions. An anxious one just keeps producing. The digital siege, rising costs, and the AI eclipse. We are witnessing a convergence of two powerful forces. On one side, the physical tools of our trade, the high-end silicon, the memory, the processing power, are becoming luxury capital. The entry cost to compete at the highest level of the digital world is rising. On the other side, the nature of work itself is undergoing a fundamental revaluation. This isn't about a theft of labor, it's about a feedback loop. Every microtask, every creative choice, and every digital interaction serves as a data point in a massive mapping project. We are current laborers, inadvertently providing the nuance for future automation. It is a transition where human time is being measured against algorithmic efficiency. This has led to a structural shift in the side hustle. The traditional gig economy, once a flexible safety net, is evolving into a hyper-competitive landscape where human-level tasks are being commodified. The result isn't just a loss of income, it's a change in the physics of how a human earns a dignified living online. This is the reality of the cyberproletariat. It is a world where being good at your job is no longer enough. You must be sovereign. You are not a victim of this shift. You are a witness to it. And to survive a world that treats your time as data, you must treat your biological life as your most guarded asset. If the machine is learning from your patterns, your first move is to master your own. The Sovereign Protocol, maintaining the human asset. If you are navigating the digital grind, your first act of autonomy isn't a protest. It's biology. The system thrives on a workforce that is sedentary, depleted, and cognitively blurred. Maintaining your physical integrity is the only way to remain a player in a game designed to exhaust you. 1. The optic reset. Secure 10 minutes of natural sunlight within the first hour of waking. This isn't about wellness. It's about signaling your circadian clock to manage dopamine and cortisol. It's the baseline for mental stability. 2. The electrical prime. Your brain is an electrochemical organ. Standard water is often not enough. Adding electrolytes, simple sea salt and lemon, restores the conductivity you need to maintain high-level focus under pressure. 3. Sensor recovery. Use the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at an object 20 feet away for 20 seconds. If you lose your vision to the screen, you lose your primary interface with reality. 4. Cognitive fuel. Avoid the high-glucose convenience cycle. Prioritize dense proteins and healthy fats, eggs, meat, and real nutrients. You cannot outthink an algorithm if your brain is struggling with systemic inflammation. True dignity isn't granted by a policy or a handout. It is built through personal sovereignty. It comes from refining your skills and your health to a point where the machine has no choice but to recognize your value. You don't wait for the mercy of a czar. You become too essential to be ignored. The landscape is shifting. The systems are complex, but you are still here. You are the Cyberproletariat, the foundational intelligence of the new world. Document the shifts, study the mechanics, master your own biology. If this analysis provided value to you, like this video. It signals the algorithm that these insights deserve reach. Subscribe to join this circle of professionals. In this space, we don't just observe the collapse. On our next projects, we will share the specific routines, the deep dive studies, and the tactical evolution required to prosper in this era. Stay sharp, stay sovereign, and remember, the machine only wins if you forget that you are the one powering it.